Welcome to Scooting Updates. Scoot through the chaos, one story at a time. Imagine being 16, navigating life with a feeding tube due to a serious medical condition, and then having to deal with a relentless bully who crosses every line imaginable. And it all comes to a head when she has no choice but to defend herself. Let's dive in. I have a feeding tube because my esophagus is partially paralyzed. The feeding tube goes through my nose because it's a little easier to manage. There's this girl in my class named Jane. She would always make gestures towards her nose, or she would take her headphone cord and put it on her face, like my feeding tube is on mine. At first, I just ignored her. I thought she was curious about it, which is understandable since it's different. I'm always okay with people asking me questions because I know it's natural to be curious. So, I went up to Jane and told her that it was a feeding tube and that if she was curious, she could ask me anything about it and I wouldn't be offended. But no, that wasn't the case. She was just being rude. One day, I was talking to one of my friends at lunch when Jane came up behind me, grabbed my tube, and pulled it partially out. I don't even need to explain why that is dangerous. I immediately turned around and punched her as hard as I could. I ended up giving her a black eye, then kicked her in the stomach, which broke one of her ribs. Jane was on the floor crying when the security guard walked up to us and asked what had happened. I was taken to the principal's office, where I was lectured about how what I did was wrong. The principal then said, "You have two options. We can either call your grandparents, make you apologize to the girl, and suspend you for 2 days, or we can suspend you for 2 weeks. I said, "Just suspend me for 2 weeks." My grandparents were mad. I explained the situation to them. I don't know what happened to Jane. Want to know if I went too far with breaking one of her ribs. Did get the tube figured out, and she didn't cause much damage. I just need an outside perspective on what happened. So, after all of that went down, you might be wondering what happened next. Well, here's the update. I found out that Jane got expelled. I'm going to clear the air. My grandparents have been fully on my side, and Jane has also been made to apologize to me. So, what do you think? Were they justified, or did they go too far? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear more, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future videos. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next ride.